Hey, we're here with Jason Drinkard from Caster's Den. Hey, Jason, you want to tell us more about your deck that you're playing today in Memphis?
Sure. I'm playing a four-color aggro loam. It's basically almost like lands, but it's got a lot more creatures to it. It plays 27 lands if you count the Dryad Arbor, 6 if not. Plays a package of removal spells with Abrupt Decay, Punishing Fire. It's got Mox Diamond to accelerate the deck into Chalice of the Void, turn 1 Dark Confident, turn 1 removal spells. Basically just tries to get ahead of the game really early and just stay well positioned with playing Life from the Loam, getting constant value, making your knights grow larger. Also has Thasmian Stays Dark Depth combo in it for anytime it's useful late games. You can just take the knight, pick your pieces out, and just kind of instant win some games.
Why did you pick this deck this weekend?
It's a deck I've been playing for quite a while. This is probably my 5th or 6th decent sized tournament with it. Just been kind of evolving it. This weekend here I'm playing 2 basics, so we're just the normal 1 basic in the deck. I removed the second cycle land of the Barren Moor. If I wasn't playing the combo, it'd be a lot easier to fit it in, but typically you have some bad matchups where you want the extra basic land. I went ahead and tried that out this weekend.
Okay. Is there is there anything in the meta that you think is bad against this right now?
You want bad against the deck or bad for me?
Bad for you.
Bad for me. The way this deck is particularly set up, Show and Tell is not a very good matchup. Storm, you struggle if you do not see some of your key pieces. You have some ley lines out of the sideboard. You have Gaddock Teague main deck to try to take care of it. Chalice is some of your key pieces to try to fight that deck. If you do not see them, a lot of times you just don't win the game. Like I said, Show and Tell is pretty much a very bad matchup. You rely mostly on your sideboard pieces and like your Chalice is just to slow down their cantrips until you can actually get some type of board presence. Caracas is your friend in that matchup. Outside of that, you have a pretty good matchup across the board with most of the things in the format. Abrupt Decay, Punishing Fire helps you out with a lot of the fair decks. Apparently Alluring is not really a good matchup. I found that out today. Outside of that, everything I've played is kind of pretty even across the board. Eldrazi is kind of worse game 1 than it is the game 2 and game 3, especially if they have really explosive hands. But sometimes you just can't deal with it. It's just part of that particular deck. Outside of the deck, it's fun. You get a Loam engine going. You can lock people with Wasteland Lock. You can lock aggro, small aggro decks with Grove of the Burnwheelers, Punishing Fire. It has some aspects so that where you can do that and just sit back to a lock where you don't actually have to commit to one of your other win cons. Just go on to the next game and continue to play throughout the day.
What would you say to somebody who's wanting to start and pick up this deck? What would be something that you would like for them to do in order to get better?
If somebody was interested in playing this deck, I would tell them to sit down and play a lot of repetitions. There's a lot of little small interactions in the deck that really make the deck better than it's just taking it for face value. As I've played it, I actually picked the deck up one weekend, play tested for a couple hours and took it to a tournament. And at that first tournament, I found a lot of small interactions myself, of just different things the deck can do that, like I said, you just don't see, just see by looking at the cards on paper. If somebody was interested in playing, I would definitely suggest them putting in the time, figure out all the little small interactions, all the things that the deck can do. It'll really be able to push this deck past some of the other matchups that you play throughout the day, where if you just sit and read your cards and just throw them out at people, you may miss a lot of it.
Is there anything else you want to say?
If somebody wants to pick up the deck, I highly recommend it. It's fun. Just try it out and enjoy it.
Cool. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.